About medicinal. This is called a production of medicinal, herbal, medical, therapist, scientific method of choosing a herbal mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris, another name, IE, or by a final therapeutical medicinal name moxa, chosen to heal by using method of compressing and entering an ascenting with a aromatic, scientifically checked, verified inner channels, in a human anatomical channels. This is made by lighten, a very, very light the surface and putting it near a body, either on a medical acupunctural needle, either on cornices of scientifically, methodologically already checked materials, raw materials that have to do with skincare, either on moxibustion boxes, moxa boxes, specially made medical boxes for this stuff. So this is called moxa. G in hieroglyph, and it's a very known scientific method or simplified traditional method. During coronavirus and COVID-19 big bangs, it was found it very useful. There are plenty of research literature, scientific guidelines that were established and found that moxibustion that I do for a very long time, more than 10 years, and heal patients with this method, with scientific method. Found very useful and common with the integrative medical practices, such as vaccination and aromatherapy and other traditional and untraditional medicinal methods. So well done. This is a well-known project of Japanese culture that later on called Okie, that later on re-established in Chinese medicinal governmental hospitals, and is a well-known professor teached at the University of TCM. I accomplished various traditional schools of Chinese and Japanese methods, and I very well recommend this method, only in practical, good, kind, and professional hands. It's only for professionals. Very kind hands. So it's look kind of ash, but it's not exactly ash. It's a mugwort plant who was dried, whose leaves were dried, and industrially well planted in this papyrus white kind of paper, rice paper, very thin paper, and it's very good for smelling. It's very good for aroma, very good for good vibes, for good health, and for very good appetite. Very aromatic, very eccentric smell. Plant mugwort not as Chinese IE is grown in England, also in other European and Asian countries as well. It's a very known plant. Mugwort. It has various traditions in Europe and Asia, and sometimes in India. And in Israel, there's also another name for this plant, Anna, and it called it simply grew differently in different conditions. So what is really necessary? What we need to check is in which condition does this plant grow in each and every country, and it's quite interesting research project. What happened when this is arrived into a doctor's hands, already rechecked, already verified in packet, in plastic zones. It's already well packed. It's very vacuumed and cleaned, and we all know where this is coming from, who and which hands are checking this, and which industrial hands are checking this and doing this. So it's very important advice to know. So it's about moxa and mugwort, and there are various plants and various roots to this sort of therapy.